Hello, I'm Lucy from Cruickshanks and I'm here today to talk about A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. If you're new to our channel, lovely to meet you. Please do stick around. We review lots of thrillers, but we read a bit of everything and we're always up for a chat. So, A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. It's only just come out in the UK, but I think I'm right in saying that it's definitely out in the US. It's been out there a month or so. And I think it's out some other places too. And it's gonna be a huge one. There's been loads of hype around it. And it's been sold, I think, in 17 countries or 17 territories, which is huge. And also is already being made into a TV series being produced by Emma Stone on HBO, I think it is. So it's already been picked up all over the place. And you kind of know that it's going to be, something worth taking a look at. It is absolutely down the line, out and out, a pure genre thriller. It doesn't do anything wildly original. It doesn't bend the rules of the genre or push any of the boundaries. But actually, it doesn't set out to do any of those things. And what it does do, it does really, really well. I think it's an example of best in class type of pure thriller genre. And actually, the familiarity of it was one thing that I really, really enjoyed about it. You know what you're getting. If you're a thriller reader, this is proper comfort zone reading. And that's nice because you can kind of just sit back, and relax as you kind of would do reading a thriller, and just enjoy the ride. You can just enjoy where you're being taken. So this story follows Chloe, who is a young woman in her early 30s. She's a psychotherapist and, as all the best heroines have, she's got some baggage. I think it's fair to say she's got some pretty significant baggage as well, because actually her father is a serial killer. So when she was a child, 6 teenage girls in her small town Louisiana backwater went missing. They were murdered, including some that she was friends with, and it turned out to be her dad, which I think is a pretty legit reason to have some baggage. Now it's the 20-year anniversary of these murders, and it was big news at the time as well. Serial killers often are, and things are starting to heat up. She has the perfect fiance whom her brother has not taken a like to at all. So there's some rumbling tensions there as the wedding approaches, and as the 20-year anniversary approaches of her father's crimes, the newspapers start stiffing round again and digging up all her old wounds are sort of getting, peeled back open again. Then what happens is a girl goes missing, and then another one. And it soon comes to light that actually there is very likely a copycat killer on the loose. Someone that is inspired by her father's crimes appears to be doing something to honour this 20-year anniversary. It can't be him because he's very much still in prison. And the story then basically is following, as a typical thriller would do, who's doing the crimes, and also, how they are impacting her, because it very also becomes apparent quite quickly that whoever is doing these crimes knows a lot more about Chloe than the average Joe. So it's really hard, I think, to write a thriller that is not predictable. So it's kind of, it's predictable in the structure and, it's got that familiarity, but actually I think familiarity is a better word than predictability, because there are twists and turns galore in this book, actually. Just when you think you know which direction you're being pointed down, she's pointing you off in the other direction. And that is actually really, really satisfying. I liked that an awful lot in this book, because I have a really bad habit of guessing who the killers are in thrillers. You know, I don't say that to sound like a complete and utter plonk, because I wish I didn't, but like so often I'm like, they did it. And it's always a bit disappointing when it turns out to be right. And I did pick it in this book, but it didn't matter because there were so many other surprising things along the way that actually, you know, that one reveal, it wasn't all on that one reveal. Like sometimes it is in thrillers, isn't it? Like it's that this one person or this one moment that absolutely everything is building up to, and if you guess it, you're like, oh man, because you wanted to have your expectations usurped. But actually in this one, it's not one moment, it's got all these other little bits along the way that you're just like, oh, that's good, that's clever, didn't see that coming. So it kind of didn't matter. I was still like ridiculously satisfied that I had gone along on this journey. And if you saw my last review was for The Leviathan by Rosie Hobbs, which is a totally different book. It's like, I described it as the literary end of literary, and it really is. It's like hardcore literary, hard work, enjoyable, but hard work novel. Whereas this, I think I read it in like an afternoon, not even a day. It was just, because it's got massive print as well. Like I just tore through it, whereas the other one took me like a week of, and my brain dribbling out my ears. And this one was just such a palate cleanser. It was total fun, total escapism, and a really, really satisfying read that I can totally see why it's going to come out everywhere and everyone's going to love it and they're going to make it into a TV series, and why you guys are going to love it too. If you're into thrillers, definitely one to pick up. If you've read it, I'd love to know your thoughts. Did you guess it? Did you guess who did it? Please have a chat to me in the comments below. And also, do you know what? Actually, if you've got a recommendation for a thriller that is totally down the line, genre, comfort zone, exciting, all of the things that I described this book as, I've got a taste for it now. I want another one. So please do let me know what your recommendations are in the comments below. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.